The Future Libraries Lab is an initiative started by the Royal Library of the Netherlands and TU Delft, specifically the faculties of Industrial Design Engineering and of Electrical Engineering, Mathematics and Computer Science.
What we do within the Future Library Lab is explore new ways or innovative experiments that can help libraries in general.
We are in the middle of profound transformations of society, not only because the digital revolution is touching every aspect of our daily life, but also because we are realizing that issues like diversity and inclusion are very important to guarantee a more equitable and good society for all of us.
So libraries exist now for centuries, are a vital part in society, especially nowadays where you see that information and fake news and the need for information is increasing. We really need places like the library where people can go to and gather the information that they are looking for. And you really see that libraries are moving in all sorts of new fields to fulfill this need of people. Because we really need to open up our minds and open new perspectives, and that is where you can, well, if you collaborate with people from a completely different field, you all of a sudden get new ideas, and that is what the lab is really trying to work on.
Tackling modern societal challenges requires different disciplines. That's why we believe strongly in a multidisciplinary approach, even for imagining new libraries in the future. We combine computer science students with design students and librarians to get the best of all these worlds.
So the lab started this year in February. We launched it officially. Of course, we've been preparing it quite a lot. And after that, all sorts of projects got underway. So we have a project with Cynthia, for example, who is doing research in bias and recommender systems. And the other one is with Christoph Lofi, who is working on describing images for visually impaired people.
So I'm about to start an exciting project about pluriform perspectives in public libraries, which is about trying to figure out what people are borrowing by themselves in libraries and to what extent it actually covers the whole spectrum that's offered in a collection. Public libraries are wondering about their service offer, if what they offer is sufficiently diverse and comprehensive. So they want to be able to select in there to know what to recommend to people. Technology can help in that, and that's why we need a project like this. So I will be working here with several assistants together with me. We also will be in close cooperation with the libraries, several public libraries across the country. So what we're going to do is to work together with the big data warehouse that stores all borrowing records. We're going to look at that in an anonymized way to see what patterns occur in different local libraries. We analyze that, which basically just means we do analysis behind a computer. That's not very exciting to see, but it's very exciting to do, though. We then also will go into several local public libraries to interview people, to understand what they are doing in there, what their preferences are. And then we try to see if there are differences also across the country in different local public libraries. And out of our analysis will come, of course, certain insights for these different libraries. And we're going to work with designers to also visualize that in a nice and understandable way, to also put up some local expositions in those same libraries.
My project within the Future Libraries Lab is about helping visually impaired people with assessing content in book collection, which is visual. So basically it's about helping people to read books which have pictures, even though they might have problems with their vision or even might be blind. This is of course a tricky thing to do because one has to describe the purpose of an image and what we can see on the image. And that all needs to be within the content of the actual book or the magazine or whatever the content is right now. And this is something we try to figure out to do in a cost-efficient way as automatic as possible. We try to combine modern machine learning algorithms, which are very good at processing large amounts of data, or in this case, images automatically, and combine that with feedback from people. Because one big problem we still have with modern AI, even though it's got very good in the last 10 years, it's still not very human-like. Therefore, we still need to have a human element in there. And how to do that, that is our goal of this project to figure out. So the Future Library Labs, I think that's a very important type of thing to do. Because we in computer science, we tend to have the problem that we're very good at developing software, but not often understand what people actually need. But in a lab like this, where we have different faculties here from the university, but especially also an entity like the Royal Library on the boat, who are better connected to the user groups and better understand what people really need, this allows us to focus our, well, quite cool technologies we actually have into more useful ways.
By collaborating with new sorts of partners, you really get a new mindset, or we hope that people get a new mindset from, oh, okay, so we used to work with books, now we're also trying to teach children to program. What is the next step? And this next step, always thinking ahead of the moment right now, is something that you really need to build, well, within your DNA of yourself, but also of your organization. And I really hope that the libraries that participate in the lab make this a sort of a common sense. It's really natural to collaborate with partners outside of our normal world, to think ahead of what would be the next step to serve our customers of the library.
The Futures Library Lab is an open initiative. This means that all libraries in the Netherlands and in Europe can contact us and can participate to our activities. But that also means that all of our results are going to be of public domain, publicly available. Libraries all over the world can access through our website and through all the resources that we're going to put up on the web to get inspired, or maybe just to reuse what we will be producing with our work.
But also just get in touch. Get in touch with us, get in touch with the researchers, with the libraries involved. If you have a great idea or suggestions, approach us and let's see how we can collaborate.